Everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And the question for today is maximum area of island. So, given a binary matrix of size m cross n, an island is a group of ones connected four directionally, that is horizontal and vertically. And you may assume that all the edges of the grid are surrounded by water. So basically, 0 represent water, 1 represent island land. So suppose this is the island 1 and this is the another island, and see, this and this is not connected because they are diagonally connected. Had they been horizontally or vertically connected, then we can say it is a part of a same line. This is an island, this is an island, this is an island. I hope it's clear. All right, so the area of island is the number of cells with the value 1. So for this, it's the area is 4, and for this the area is 1 2 3 4 5 6. This the area is 5, and this the area is 5 4 and 1. So number of ones basically gives us the area. So we have to return the maximum area, that is the grid containing the maximum number of ones connected horizontally as well as vertically. So this in this case, this is our answer. So I hope the question statement is kind of a bit clear. It's a kind of a bit of a DFS approach where at every cell we go to its neighbors to check whether they have ones or not. If they have ones, that is they are connected, and that means we increment the area, and at the end we also mark it as visited. So because suppose we are at this position, all right, on searching it's four neighbors, that is 1 2 3 and 4. Suppose we have suppose we go to here. Now we will mark this as visited. Why? Because if we don't mark this as visited, then we again come to here. So we have to mark this as visited. All right, so I hope the question is bit of clear and a little bit of approach as well. Now let's see the approach with the help of an example. All right, now moving on, let's see how we are going to solve this. All right, so let's see how we are going to solve this particular example. All right, so for this particular question, one thing we have to keep in mind is the visibility thing. The other thing is we have to find that we have to use the DFS approach, and we can only move in the direction that is over here. What we call this direction, that is row is same, the column is different, so 0 comma 1, and the other direction we have is over here. So the column is same but the row is decreased by 1, so minus 1 comma 0, and same row but column is 0 comma minus 1, and for the downwards same column but one row exceeded, so 1 comma 0. These are the four directions we can reverse, and we will apply the DFS technique, and we will apply a iterative solution. Why iterative solutions? Because we will traverse whole of our grid array or the grid 2D matrix that will be given to us, and as whenever and wherever we find a 1, what we do is we initialize, we keep the track of scene, as well as we initialize a stack. Alright, because for DFS approach we will apply a stack. If a particular point is there in the stack, then it will be popped it out and traverse while the stack is not empty, and it will rest every point where we traverse on our way will keep on get adding. Why? Because suppose here is 1 1 1 1 1 and 1. So we add this coordinate, we pop it out, then we see all its neighbors, it has 1, so we add this. Now when we move at this point, it has 2 1s, so both the ones would be added in the stack, that is both the coordinates would be added in the stack. And once we move in this direction and we go on, after coming back we will again pop and go in this direction to see if there is any island or not. So that's why we are taking stack. I hope the things are clear. In the approach number 1, we have to make a scene, that is the visited matrix. All right, number second, what we have to do is we have to use the DFS approach, and number 3 is the directions that we can go, and number 4 is the stack. All these collectively things makes the approach for our given question, and I hope the approach is clear. If you are facing any kind of a difficulty in this, when we see the code it would be much more clearer, but before seeing the code, keep these things in the mind, only then we can see the code. So why we are using visited? To if we can't return to the same visited one. All right, why DFS? Because it's a better approach, it's a kind of a connected graph and we have to find the maximum one. All right, why direction array we are using? Because it will specify us where we can move if at a particular position. Obviously we will place the check that the coordinate doesn't fall out of the matrix, that checks would be placed. And number 4, one and the main thing, that is the stack, which will be used in the DFS approach as well. So I hope the approach main points are clear. Now let's see the code for this problem. Moving on towards the code. So yeah, this is a very clean and concise code. This is for the right coordinate, this is for the left, that is 1 0 minus 1 0 the coordinates, and this is the visited 2D array. Alright, so I hope these are initialized. Now this is the final answer which will be returning. Now moving on to the code, this is nothing but reversing the grid. Alright, now moving on, if any point is 1 and if it's not visited, then what we have to do is we have to initialize the shape, that is the that contains the area of that. So we will initialize the stack as well, we will push that coordinate and mark it as visited. All right, so what we do is we initialize stack, we push the coordinate into the stack, and we mark it as true. These are the basic things that is done in any traversal of graph. All right, now moving on, while the stack is not empty, what operations this constitute the main code? We pop the coordinate what we have, and that is, it contains the RC coordinate, and for every direction, that is from 0 to 4, that is this length, we make the new points, new coordinates, like from here we move here, from here we move here, in 4 directions. And we see that this given coordinate, the new coordinates what we have over here, this doesn't fall out of the grid. So this check, it shows that if they doesn't fall out of it, and if the value at any of the point is 1, that is we have find one coordinate. So we push that coordinate into the stack and mark is as true. Similarly, for every 4 coordinates we will look, and if there is a 1, we will keep on pushing them to stack. So while the stack is not empty, every coordinate will be traversed in this manner. And at the end, the shape, it's a simple trick for getting the maximum, that is we keep on getting for every once what we have found, and we will update our max variable like that. So at the end, we return our answer variable that contains the maximum number. I hope the code is clear. Now let's submit it. As you can see, it's accepted. If you face any kind of difficulty in the approach or in the code, please feel free to reach me in the comment section. I will surely reply to every one of you and try to clear the doubt as much as possible. Alright, now if you like this video, please press the like button, share it among your friends, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.